the automotive world is entering one of its most transformative periods ever. As we approach 2026 and 2027, every major brand is preparing to reveal what it believes the future of driving should look like. Some manufacturers are doubling down on electrification, others are refining hybrid technology, and a few are squeezing out the last bit of magic from traditional combustion engines. What you about to hear is not just a list of vehicles, it's a roadmap of where the industry is heading. And to begin this countdown, we start with the 12th spot, which goes to a company that has shaped the direction of electric mobility for more than a decade. Holding the number 12 position is Tesla's next-generation electric sedan. Arriving in 2026, Tesla, once famous for bold experiments and shocking performance figures, is approaching this model with a greater emphasis on maturity and refinement. Instead of chasing headlines, this redesign focuses on efficiency, durability, and a calmer, more aerodynamic silhouette. The car's structure is engineered around a new battery architecture that is lighter, yet more energy-dense, allowing improved stability and more predictable handling. Tesla is aiming to create a sedan that feels more complete, from the software that evolves over time to the cabin that avoids clutter and distraction. From a technical standpoint, the new sedan is expected to offer a driving range between 430 to 500 miles, depending on the configuration. Acceleration remains strong, with the dual-motor version projected to hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 3.2 seconds. While not the wildest figure Tesla has ever produced, it reflects a more balanced approach to performance. This Model S pricing is estimated to start around $45,000 and could climb into the mid-$50,000 range for higher trims. Tesla's focus here is clear: deliver a refined EV experience that feels stable, efficient, and intelligent, rather than simply fast for the sake of being fast. Moving into the 11th position, the spotlight shifts to Toyota and its upcoming hybrid electric model for 2026. Toyota has always stayed slightly out of rhythm with the rest of the industry, while many rushed headfirst into full electric. Toyota invested quietly in long-term hybrid evolution and solid-state battery research. That strategic patience has allowed them to craft a vehicle aimed at drivers who want electric convenience without the compromises. This upcoming model blends extended EV driving for daily use with a reliable combustion backup for longer trips, extreme climates, or regions where charging stations are still limited. In terms of real-world capability, this Toyota delivers a combined output in the range of 250 to 300 horsepower. It provides smooth acceleration, transitioning between its electric motor and combustion engine without any noticeable shift. The Avanly range is expected to fall between 50 and 70 miles, which covers most daily commutes comfortably when running as a hybrid. Fuel efficiency is projected to exceed 50 miles per gallon equivalent. Affordability remains a pillar of Toyota's philosophy, and this model will likely start around $36,000, reaching up to $42,000 depending on the selected features. What makes this vehicle important is how seamlessly it fits into everyday life: reliable, low maintenance, and ready for any driving scenario without stress or anxiety. As we progress to the 10th entry on the list, the tone shifts toward luxury. Mercedes-Benz has a different vision of the future, one that's less about raw numbers and more about emotional comfort. Their upcoming 2026 electric sedan reflects a design language that favors serenity over aggression. The exterior lines flow smoothly, avoiding sharp or overly futuristic details. The goal is to create a presence on the road that feels elegant and timeless, rather than overwhelming. Inside, the experience is even more refined. The cabin is designed like a private relaxation space, with soft-touch materials, panoramic digital displays, and lighting that adapts to the driver's mood. On the technical side, this Mercedes EV is expected to deliver between 400 and 450 horsepower, enabling confident but controlled acceleration. Its driving range will surpass 400 miles, which is more than enough for long-distance comfort. Mercedes' signature adaptive suspension will ensure that the car absorbs imperfections in the road with minimal vibration. The brand is also pushing its Level 3 driver assistance system further, allowing hands-free operation under specific conditions in approved regions. When it comes to pricing, this sedan will start around $82,000 and may rise to the mid-$90,000 range depending on luxury packages. With this car, Mercedes isn't trying to dominate the discussion trying to redefine what effortless luxury feels like in an electric age. Shifting to the number 9 position, the energy changes again, this time toward performance. BMW has built its entire identity on the belief that a driver should always feel connected to the machine, and with its upcoming 2026 performance EV, that philosophy continues. BMW refuses to let electrification erase emotion. Engineers have spent years perfecting steering response, chassis balance, and throttle feel to ensure this EV behaves like a genuine BMW: engaging, communicative, and alive. Even the artificial audio cues inside the cabin are designed not to mimic old engines but to provide feedback that enhances the driving rhythm. Performance figures for this upcoming BMW are expected to be impressive. Power output will likely fall between 500 and 600 horsepower, enabling explosive acceleration and track-capable speed. 0 to 60 times are estimated at about 3 seconds, placing this EV firmly among the fastest performance sedans in the world. At the same time, BMW intends to preserve daily practicality with a projected range of 350 to 380 miles. Advanced stability systems will keep the car composed when pushing hard, while the suspension setup strikes a balance between sportiness and comfort. Pricing is anticipated to begin around $75,000 and may stretch to $88,000 for higher trims. This car is BMW's message to enthusiasts. Electrification doesn't mean losing the thrill, it simply means discovering a new way to feel it. These first 4 vehicles already reveal how diverse the future is becoming. Tesla is refining itself. Toyota is prioritizing real-world practicality. Mercedes is embracing emotional luxury. And BMW is determined to keep performance alive. Each brand has chosen a different path, and these paths will shape how the automotive landscape evolves in the next decade. Moving further into our countdown, the next model introduces a completely different perspective on what an electric performance car should feel like. Instead of relying on brute force or oversized batteries, this next entry proves that agility and lightweight engineering still matter in the electric era. That places our number 8 spot in the hands of a performance-focused EV that many enthusiasts have been quietly waiting for. Holding the 8th position is a performance EV created by a brand known for constant reinvention. Some speculate it could be the next evolution of the Hyundai Ioniq N series. Others believe it might be a new Polestar Performance Edition, and a few think Kia's GT division could surprise the world again, regardless of its origin. This model stands out because it challenges the belief that electric performance must always come with extreme weight. Engineers have prioritized nimbleness over exaggerated horsepower, tuning the chassis for quick direction changes, sharp steering response, and immediate torque delivery that feels controlled rather than overwhelming. From a specification standpoint, this car is expected to produce somewhere between 50 to 500 horsepower, a sweet spot for enthusiasts who want excitement without losing daily drivability. Its 0 to 60 acceleration is estimated at around 3.5 seconds, which is quick enough to thrill but not so extreme that it becomes impractical. One of the model's biggest achievements is weight reduction. Early reports suggest that it will be noticeably lighter than many EVs in its class, giving it a playful, dynamic personality that most electric cars simply cannot offer. When it comes to range, buyers can expect roughly 280 to 320 miles, depending on the version. As for pricing, estimates place it between $55,000 and $60,000. This makes the car accessible to a wide audience of drivers who want a spirited machine but do not need a hypercar-level EV. It's a reminder that performance is not just about straight-line forceps, about connection, character, and confidence behind the wheel. As we continue the ranking, the 7th position goes to a vehicle that has undergone one of the most unexpected transformations in this entire list. For years, this SUV was known simply as a practical, reliable choice for families. But the 2026 redesign completely elevates it, turning it from a sensible option into something much more refined and desirable. This model demonstrates how a familiar nameplate can evolve into a premium-like experience without losing its original purpose. This revamped SUV takes 7th place thanks to a long list of improvements that fundamentally change the driving experience. The exterior design has shifted toward a more sculpted and confident look, with modern LED lighting, cleaner body lines, and a stance that feels far more upscale than previous generations. Inside, drivers will be greeted with cabin materials that feel a full class above what the nameplate usually offered. The seats are more supportive, the sound insulation is thicker, and the entire cabin atmosphere feels significantly quieter and smoother. Even the layout of the dashboard and infotainment system has been brought up to modern standards, offering crisp graphics and faster response times. Under the skin, the SUV's powertrain options will likely produce between 280 and 350 horsepower, depending on the chosen configuration. Range for the electric version, if offered, should fall between 350 and 420 miles, while hybrid variants will focus on impressive efficiency. What makes this model stand out is the refinement of its driver assist technology. Lane centering features have become smoother and less intrusive. Adaptive cruise control reacts with almost human-like intelligence, and safety systems now intervene gently rather than abruptly. Pricing is expected to land somewhere between $42,000 and $48,000, depending on trim levels and drivetrain choices. This is a car designed for families who value comfort, reliability, and modern convenience but still want something that feels more polished than a typical mainstream SUV. It may not shout for attention, but it will quietly become one of the best-selling new vehicles in its segment. As the countdown moves toward the 6th slot, the next model signals a major strategic shift from one of the world's most respected automakers. The car at number 6 is Toyota's upcoming flagship electric sedan for 2027, a model that represents the company's most confident step into premium EV territory. Unlike Toyota's hybrid-heavy approach of the past decade, this sedan aims directly at high-end electric competitors, offering long-range, sophisticated design. and a premium driving experience that Toyota hasn't attempted on this scale before. This highly anticipated sedan earns its place at number 6 because it blends Toyota's signature reliability with cutting-edge technology. While Toyota has often been conservative with full battery electric vehicles, this flagship model is built on a next-generation platform capable of supporting advanced battery chemistries. Early reports suggest that the car will offer a driving range of more than 500 miles on a single charge, making it one of the longest-range EVs in its segment. Charging speed is also a major highlight. Toyota is targeting a rapid charge capability that allows the battery to go from 10% to 80% in under 20 minutes, an enormous convenience for long-distance travelers. In terms of performance, the sedan is expected to deliver around 400 to 430 horsepower, providing strong acceleration without compromising comfort. The suspension setup is tuned for a refined experience, isolating passengers from rough surfaces while maintaining stability at highway speeds. Inside the cabin, Toyota has taken a more luxurious approach than usual. The materials are upgraded, the design language is cleaner, and the ambient lighting and digital displays create a space that feels premium without being overly dramatic. When it comes to pricing, the flagship sedan is anticipated to start between $58,000 and $68,000, which positions it directly against the Tesla Model S, Mercedes EQS, and BMW's premium EV lineup. This model shows that Toyota is ready to compete not just in practicality and durability, but in the upper tiers of the electric market as well. It hints at a future where Toyota is not only the most reliable choice, but also one of the most advanced. Moving deeper into the list, we are now entering the territory of cars that carry true weight models that don't just follow industry trends, but influence them. These next machines are the ones enthusiasts will discuss, reviewers will debate, and future owners will dream about. They represent a critical crossroads where performance, identity, and innovation collide. And the first of these top 4 comes from a brand that has completely reshaped itself over the past decade. Sitting in the 4th position is BMW's forthcoming electric performance SUV for 2027. A model that reflects BMW's confidence in blending practicality with adrenaline. BMW has already proven that electric sedans can be engaging, but now the brand wants to show the world that an SUV can deliver the same thrill without losing family-friendly comfort. This vehicle is built for those who want space, safety, long-range capability, and full-blown performance in one package. Instead of creating a heavy, overpowering EV like many competitors, BMW aims for precision. Engineers have focused on eliminating the typical EV float that plagues large electric SUVs, making this one feel composed, responsive, and muscular. From a technical standpoint, the 2027 BMW Performance SUV is expected to unleash more than 600 horsepower, making it one of the most powerful electric SUVs in its class. The 0-60 acceleration is anticipated to land around the 3-second mark, pushing this family-oriented machine into true super SUV territory. Range is estimated between 340 to 370 miles. An impressive figure considering its size and power output. BMW's high-speed stability tuning, dynamic traction systems, and precise steering calibration all combine to give the SUV a level of control rarely seen in this segment. Pricing for this model is projected to start near $90,000 and may reach up to $105,000 depending on equipment levels. With this SUV, BMW wants to send a clear message. Electrification does not mean the end of excitement, not even in the family category. Right above it, holding the number 3 position, is a vehicle that takes luxury to a completely different dimension. This is the all-electric ultra-premium SUV expected from Mercedes in 2027, a model that blends the spirit of Maybach with the silence of electric power. Unlike the sporty aggression of BMW, Mercedes focuses entirely on serenity, elegance, and effortless power. This SUV is built for those who do not merely want luxury, they want dominance, exclusivity, and comfort that feels custom. Everything about the vehicle is designed to express calm authority, from its smooth exterior proportions to its soft, enveloping interior spaces. In terms of performance, the upcoming Mercedes flagship SUV is likely to produce between 500 and 550 horsepower, giving it the ability to accelerate confidently despite its grand size. Range expectations are set around 400 miles per charge, supported by an advanced battery platform designed to maintain peak performance over long trips. The interior is where this model truly shines. High-end materials such as ultra-soft leather, polished metal accents, and carefully curated lighting combine to deliver a first-class experience. Rear passengers will enjoy lounge-style seating, complete with massage functions, ventilation, entertainment screens, and whisper-quiet cabin insulation. Technology also plays a massive role. Mercedes is developing one of its most advanced suspension systems ever for this SUV, allowing it to glide over rough terrain with incredible smoothness. Price-wise, this luxury icon is expected to begin at roughly $125,000 and stretch up to $160,000 depending on configuration. This model is crafted for those who want the most comfortable electric SUV in the world. and Mercedes intends to deliver exactly that. It stands as a symbol of what ultra-premium EV luxury truly means: a blend of craftsmanship, refinement, and effortless power. Before reaching the top spot, we arrive at the second position on the list, a place reserved for a model that represents the end of an era. While many cars in this countdown focus on electricity and next-generation technology, this one holds on to something the world is slowly saying goodbye to: the raw, emotional beauty of combustion power. The runner-up position goes to a legendary 2026 sports sedan that is set to carry one of the last high-performance gasoline engines from its brand. It is a farewell letter written on four wheels, one final chapter before the page turns forever. This car is not loud about its legacy, yet everything in its design whispers heritage. The driving experience is expected to feel purer than ever. Engineers have focused on tight, responsive steering, minimizing body roll, and improving weight distribution to give drivers a sense of mechanical connection that is becoming increasingly rare. It is a car built for those who still believe in throttle response, turbo lag, and the unmistakable rhythm of a combustion engine working at full power. On the specification side, the final combustion sports sedan is expected to feature either a twin-turbo inline-six or a twin-turbo V8, depending on the trim. Power output should fall somewhere between 450 to 550 horsepower, ensuring rapid acceleration and exhilarating performance. 0 to 60 miles per hour is predicted to be achieved in roughly 3 to 3.5 seconds, putting it shoulder to shoulder with many modern EVs while retaining a uniquely mechanical charm. The chassis has been tuned for sharper turn-in, reduced understeer, and improved grip, making it ideal for both spirited mountain drives and track days. As for pricing, this final combustion masterpiece will likely fall between $70,000 and $85,000, depending on configuration and optional performance packages. Buyers will not just be purchasing a high-performance machine, they will be acquiring a piece of history. This car marks the last breath of an era where sound, vibration, and mechanical precision defined driving pleasure. In a world rapidly electrifying, this model stands tall as a reminder of what made driving emotional in the first place. As we move toward the top of this countdown, the final three models reveal just how dramatically the automotive landscape is about to change. These cars are not simply new additions to their lineups. They represent their brand's most decisive statements: the ideas refined over decades, technologies shaped through trial and error, and philosophies stretched to their limits. And now, at this stage of the list, every model is a contender for shaping the identity of the next decade. Standing close to the top is a machine that many enthusiasts consider the last great expression of a vanishing era. This is the final high-performance combustion sedan from its manufacturer, a car engineered not just to compete, but to say goodbye. While the world turns toward electrification, this model delivers one final display of what internal combustion driving once meant: mechanical feel, emotional sound, and a sense of connection that many drivers claim EVs still can't replicate. Engineers approached this farewell with a kind of reverence, refining every detail of the powertrain so that it feels more precise, more responsive, and more characterful than anything before it. Its expected specifications reflect the height of modern combustion engineering. Power will likely fall between 450 to 550 horsepower, using either a twin-turbo inline-six or a muscular V8 depending on market regulations. Acceleration from 0 to 60 should land between 3 and 3.5 seconds, making it not just nostalgic, but genuinely competitive even in the age of electric torque. Handling has been tightened through a reworked suspension setup, improved cooling, and a lighter chassis that helps the car glide confidently through corners. Pricing is anticipated to range from $70,000 to $85,000, depending on trim and performance packages. For purists, this model is more than a carrot, is a historical milestone, a respectful final bow before the curtain closes on an era defined by sound, vibration, and the raw thrill of combustion. Just ahead of it is a vehicle that takes the opposite approach. Instead of looking back, it pushes the industry forward with bold engineering and technological ambition. This is a new flagship electric sedan arriving in 2027. Built not to chase sales charts, but to showcase what becomes possible when engineers are allowed near-complete freedom. Brands occasionally create a model not meant to be affordable, common, or widely adopted, but meant to inspire the vehicles that will follow. That is exactly the purpose of this electric flagship. It is a research project turned into a production car, a glimpse of what the next generation of EVs might look and feel like. Once the technology matures, its specifications are equally forward-thinking. The sedan is expected to introduce a new battery chemistry, allowing significantly longer range without adding unnecessary weight. Estimates suggest a real-world range of 500 miles or more, not measured through optimistic lab numbers, but genuine driving cycles. Charging speeds could be among the fastest yet achieved in a production vehicle, potentially going from 10 to 80% in under 20 minutes thanks to improved thermal regulation and a more efficient power delivery architecture. Power output should hover between 400 and 500 horsepower, not aimed at outrageous acceleration, but at delivering smooth, consistent performance. The interior is calm and uncluttered, blending premium materials with technology that stays quietly in the background until needed. Pricing is projected to begin around $90,000 and can climb past $110,000 depending on configuration. This model exists not to dominate roads numerically, but to influence them spiritually. It sets the tone for what premium electric mobility can become when limitations are removed. Reaching the top of this list is a vehicle that achieves something rare. It manages to balance everything. It doesn't try to be the fastest, the most luxurious, or the most futuristic. Instead, it blends range, performance, comfort, efficiency, and design into one cohesive identity. This is the electric model many believe will define 2027, not because it dominates any single category, but because it succeeds in all of them equally. It represents a future where technology is not meant to overwhelm the driver, but to integrate seamlessly into daily life. Where range anxiety fades, charging becomes routine, and the car adapts to its driver rather than the other way around. From a performance perspective, this electric model is expected to deliver between 400 and 500 horsepower, enough for satisfying acceleration without sacrificing comfort or efficiency. 0 to 60 should land in the mid-4-second range, quick enough to feel lively but tuned to remain smooth rather than aggressive. Range is one of its strongest attributes, with projections exceeding 500 miles on a full charge thanks to an advanced cell structure and optimized aerodynamics. The cabin design strikes a rare balance between minimalism and warmth, avoiding the cold emptiness often found in stripped-down EV interiors. Screens are present, of course, but thoughtfully integrated. Voice-activated systems respond intelligently rather than rigidly, and materials feel tactile and inviting. The price is expected to be surprisingly accessible for a vehicle so well-rounded, sitting between $55,000 and $65,000 depending on configuration. This places it in a sweet spot, not too premium to exclude mainstream buyers, but not budget-focused enough to feel compromised. What makes this car truly remarkable is how naturally it fits into the life of an everyday driver. There is no learning curve, no intimidation, no noisy bragging about its technology. It simply works quietly, intelligently, and consistently. This is the EV that makes the transition feel complete, not forced, not experimental, just normal. And that is precisely why it earns its place at number 1. As we close this 4-part exploration of the 12 defining cars of 2026 and 2027, a clear pattern emerges. The future of automotive engineering is no longer a single direction. It is a network of paths: electrification refined, hybrids perfected, combustion honored one final time, and luxury reimagined with purpose. Every brand is navigating the same question. What does driving mean when engines no longer define identity? Some choose emotion, some choose efficiency, some choose comfort, and some choose ambition. But all of them reveal pieces of the road ahead, pieces that, when combined, paint a picture of a future that is smarter, calmer, cleaner, and more thoughtful than anything we've experienced before. The coming years will reshape expectations. Drivers will demand not just range, but reliability. Not just performance, but emotional comfort. Not just technology, but harmony between human and machine. And these 12 cars, the quiet disruptors, the bold innovators, the elegant performers, will mark the beginning of that transformation. The automotive world is stepping into its next era, and these models will stand as its opening chapter.